Hi, welcome back to Common Nommons. Sorry for our shitty upload schedule, but as you can see from the title of our video today, it's just going to be us three guys. So today you have myself, your boy Eli,
Yo,
and
boy.
then you have.
I
Fuck, come on!
Quinn stayed so quiet. Quinn goes
I
nobody.
thought I thought Jeffrey was gonna know next, but yeah, we
I thought you
it was
guys were going to continue off from that.
whatever.
I,
Yeah,
I I like this. I like this. All right, so we got
You're like-
you got your editor and somewhat lazy ass nigga John PP.
and then you have myself here as the secondary recorder, Frost, and we also have a new image for myself now, which will also change in the last image when there's all four of us.
Yeah, yeah. I'm actually put this image I have on, but then I get copyright strike. So ouch.
Shit.
No.
So I have a lot of things on topic for this podcast. I don't know about you guys. I wrote it on the document.
Well, Quint, you know what? I missed your voice so much. It's been a long, our very bad uploads has made us like really disconnect. So yes, I'd be glad to hear you tell us all you gotta say today.
Yeah, I haven't heard you guys in a while, except for Eli, because only like 2 days ago, Eli. But like
Yeah.
for this podcast, we were gonna have a special guest, but we've had multiple instances where the guest had something happen like last minute, coincidentally every time last minute, or like
So we
there was
just
only one time where he was telling me beforehand that he wasn't gonna make it one day, but I didn't get to listen.
Makes sense.
And we didn't. Yeah, our other main podcaster isn't here today, unfortunately. Even though I don't know why she just said no when I asked her with like such a rude ass face. Hope she hears that when she watches this one.
Yeah,
She's still mad for the other day.
she sounds
I'm
like something Sushi would say. To be honest with you.
I'm gonna bring something up later, going back to her on this, but maybe that'll be like later into the podcast.
I.
But
So Quinn,
let me
hit us with a
yeah.
subject. Hit us with something, bro. Hit us with something. What you got? What you got?
All right. I'm more psyched about this new game that's been announced, Borderlands 3.
Yes, I saw the trailer. Yeah. Yes. Oh my god.
Everybody should have seen the trailer, and it looks pretty lit.
They're keeping their art style too. Doesn't look too different, so that's good in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't want anything different about that fucking game. I also watched the video of the developers of the game.
Oh, so you
Personally saying at their panel, that Battle Royale is good, but that is not something we're gonna add. It's not for every game.
yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Whatever the developers know, just please don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, I fucking Battle Royale is like it started. I don't know what other games would have had it before, like Minecraft survival game, Hunger Games, or all that.
Yeah, Minecraft was kind of like the beginning of it, technically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure, that one is fun. And then we had PUBG, H1Z1. Well, I'm fine with those games. Fortnite came along, and I'm pretty sure that's the reason why Battle Royale became such like a huge.
Now, to touch back on the Borderlands 3 subject, I recently saw a video explaining. I don't know if you guys heard about Epic Store going on. Epic Store.
Yeah, I was just watching that today, actually.
Yeah.
I actually didn't get to see that.
Okay, so we'll explain to you. The Epic Store obviously gives a much higher commission, a higher payoff to the developers of the game, unlike Steam, because Steam used to run every show on PC for a very long time and was a huge customer of Borderlands, or a huge, distributor of Borderlands.
Distributor.
Thank you.
Okay.
And so recent news, they found out that Borderlands 3 is gonna be coinciding with Epic. Now, the reason why they're scared though is that I don't know if you noticed it. If you ever open the Epic Store, most games there have become an exclusive. Means they don't show up in Steam for 6 or more months, bro. And everyone's scared that Borderlands 3 is gonna go down that same route. That's gonna come out on Epic Store and not come out on Steam, and people are scared.
Oh, okay.
already announced that they're not releasing it on Steam till September. Just not September. 6 months after, so it should be releasing around March on Steam. But they're only doing it because Gearbox doesn't have control of the situation. Really, it's the 2K company or Take Two that has more control of who they partner up with and who they distribute their game to sell. So 2K recently has been more on the Epic Game Store, and they've been making most of their stuff exclusive recently. Like one of their recent games, I already forgot. I was watching I forget the YouTuber's name, but he was explaining it how recently they've been partnering up with Epic Games to distribute their games. So it's just becoming a thing with 2K to do that. But a lot of people are getting annoyed by it because they want it to be on Steam and they don't want it to be delayed just for that. So that's the whole controversy behind that, really. Which personally, I don't mind because at the end of the day, you're still going to be able to play the game on the computer. So whether you buy it from Epic or Steam or Uplay or Origin, you're still going to be able to play it. So I don't really see the whole promotion, in my opinion.
Kind of sucks though because like I'm already pretty hyped about Borderlands 3 from watching that trailer, and I've already started replaying Borderlands 2 with two other friends of mine, plus one but he's like levels behind us. Like we've already started replaying Borderlands 2, and I'm already psyched about this. It's gonna be hard. Like I don't want to buy it on Epic Store if it's gonna be coming out on Steam like at a later time, but I also want to play the game too when it comes. That's the problem about this. Like,
I agree. It makes no sense. I mean, Epic Store is a great platform as far as it goes to distribute games, but to get exclusive and make Steam kind of out of the loop seems a little bit unfair. Makes sense though. The developers are gonna get more out of their work since they're always under the radar usually. But you know, all our Steam hardcore players, like I have my collection, Eli has a collection, probably Quinn has a collection of over 200 and more games on our Steam.
yeah,
300 and something for me now.
I don't even know how much I have. I could check later. Yeah, that kind of sucks because like there's a lot of I don't know. I feel like most of the player base would be coming from Steam, excluding that of the console users, because they already do have both Borderlands 1 and 2 on there, plus their DLC, which I'm pretty sure made a lot of sales.
Yeah, true.
No, and as my brother recently reinformed, that also Epix is not staying up for long as a store, as far as he's confirmed, and will be probably thrown back to Steam, which makes sense because who's gonna throw every Steam game onto an Epic store just so that one day Epic just gives up and we have to go back to Steam anyways? It's a lot of work and effort for no reason.
Sounds like a thing that shouldn't. This sounds like something they shouldn't even do anyway. If that is gonna happen in the future, with the store about to go down, I might as well put it on Steam.
Yeah, because then if you think about it now, if you own any Epic Store game, you may still have it in your library once Epic Store is gone. But then what's the point of having such an open, different system? Like,
yeah, it's weird.
It's I guess just because of the whole money situation that Epic's trying to get out of it, especially since Fortnite hasn't been making as much player revenue as they were before. Don't know how that train's gonna go down. What's up?
That's what happened.
Uh,
All right, but yeah, but like, all right. Let me bring up also that I just heard recently PAX East was coming, and I did not know it was coming. It's actually pretty close. I don't know when it is, but I didn't check. Could be like next week or something, but I didn't check. I was only mostly thinking about E3, which is like a few months away, and I really want to go one day to either E3 or PAX East, but of course it's gonna cost a lot. Just like finding a hotel, getting the tickets, and then you need spare money just to get whatever is there at those conventions.
Yeah, shit.
Like that's something I want to do, but I want to do it with friends, not just by my lonesome, because that's gonna be like I'm I'm a fucking introvert in those kinds of places. I need someone to interact with.
Yeah, me too. I need if I go out somewhere like that, I need people to come with. I can't just be by myself. But it's I don't know, just being around people I don't know. That's kind of weird, especially in such a big convention. I'm not one of those to start talking to new people and stuff, which kind of contradicts why I'm going to a concert by myself in 3 weeks. But fuck it, I'm just there to enjoy the music, so I might as well.
Yeah, that's true. But like, I would feel somewhat claustrophobic or like lonely from how crowded those types of places would be. Like, maybe it would be nice to like make a friend or so there, but like, I could use like one person to be with me. Like, sure, I'm gonna love all the panels that are there and like all the announcements they make there, but like, it's gonna feel somewhat lonely. Like somewhat lonely. Like I can't talk to us like immediately with someone right by me or get excited with them together.
Yeah,
But
especially when it's just like something new that you haven't really experienced for. I don't know if it's just your first time. It's obviously going to be harder to try to associate with people.
I could imagine.
Like, yeah.
I mean, I never been to any concert or a Comic Con or any of those, so I know for sure I would not ever travel to one of those solo because I don't know the tips and tricks and how to associate with certain people.
Yeah.
Uh,
Although I wouldn't say I wouldn't try though. I would love to go to a concert. I don't know why. I have a real like passion. If it's a good band, like a crazy, I've heard most of their album band, but other than that, probably no way.
That's the only reason why I'm doing it because I listen to all of their shit and be buying merchandise from them too. So it
So
only
like,
makes sense.
so that when you're there, if they play a song, you actually understand it. Because let me tell you now, I like certain bands, and if went to the concert, I always felt like at one point they probably throw that one song, one like either an oldie or a new one, like too fresh, that you don't really understand the song because you didn't get to hear it on time. That it seems kind of whack.
Yeah, and then you hear everybody else like chanting it or yelling it around you, and then they want you to complete the lyrics, but you just got to be there, just like mumbling whatever everybody else is saying or just yelling.
Yeah, I what was it? I was watching a video on a band from Rise Against, and I was just like, I listened to a lot of their songs, but not all of them. So when I heard one song hit me out of nowhere, I was just like, oh shoot, I don't know this song. Good thing I'm not in the concert. I was just watching a YouTube video about it. I'm like, this is why I don't go to concerts in a sense, is because I don't know all the music. And I'm saying you don't have to. Just for the people out there who do go to concerts, not knowing too much music. Music is music. Like whether it's new or old, if you like the band, then if they throw something you don't know, then just appreciate it. They're still the same band, whether it's a song you do know or don't know. It just sucks that when people around you are enjoying themselves to like a certain extent because of the song and the lyrics and the way it flows, you're just kind of like learning it for the first time and just whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, so you just got to go with the flow at that point.
Yeah. So good luck to you, Eli. If they throw anything fast at you, bro.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, for the most part, I've been up to date with all their fucking albums, all their songs. There's not any of them that I haven't listened to. So by the time I go there, only time that's gonna happen to me is if like they start playing a new song that hasn't been heard to the public yet. And obviously everybody's gonna fucking be like that. So
Oh,
I can't be singled out.
oh yeah. Let's hope no curveballs come at you.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right, I got a two-parter for this. It's gonna be a while before I finish this up, but I'm gonna say something. The one YouTube channel, Cow Chop, I've been watching since they like started. It was started by Uber Nova, which is James, and then Immortal HD, Alex.
Hmm.
Few months, I think, if I get it right, I believe it was last month. Last month, James left Cow Chop. Due to he already had plans to leave beforehand due to some friends that they had working there, and most of their videos leave. And what they had their office, they used to have a cow chop house before moving to their current warehouse office in LA. Alex convinced them to stay a bit longer to do the content in LA. Like, he stayed also because like they both liked making content for the channel. James also liked it, but there was like a certain feeling they had, like he needed to like move on, so he left. And the thing is also, before he left, like this, I don't know, I don't want to put this onto the video, like don't want to put it onto the facts, but like before that happened, like a few months before that, he had an accident where he was trying to do a skateboard thing for a skit they were gonna start doing, but
Yeah.
he messed up his shoulder and leg when he did that. It was on like a small ramp where he tried to go down. He kept holding the chain though, and it kind of messed him up, and they had to bring him to the hospital. He's fine, but like he said in his streams that he might possibly need surgery, but like he'll be fine. Just on crutches a little bit. I don't know if he recovered yet from how he looks in his other videos or streams. But yeah, he left, which kind of sucks because he was like he was the creator of that channel with Alex, and Alex was also sad about it. But he said that they would have left. They would have left earlier if they didn't like making the content that they made for that channel. Like, they love the channel, they love the content that they made, and James did like a whole video on why he left and like all his reasonings. Like, after watching the whole thing, it makes sense. Alex also like said his regards about it, and like he said it's okay. Like, he already knew that before. He knew about it beforehand. I think I actually, I don't know why I brought that story up, even though it's not relevant to the thing I put on this note, because that was a completely irrelevant story that I needed just for this one thing. It was just
Then
came up
what
in my
was
mind
the story?
because the video, there's a possibility that I might make a video. I would live. If I ever do make it, I would label it Secaucus Shenanigans, because I'm gonna make it based off of their Spice Gauntlet video that they made on Couch Up, where me and a couple of friends of mine, I already have a bunch of people that are willing to do it, and some people that will record with cameras. If we ever do it, I would send it to John to see what he could do with it.
Mm.
And basically, the
Paying
Spice
him to
Gauntlet.
edit the stuff if you guys make it big.
Yeah.
Doing all this shit for free forever.
Until we can fucking learn ourselves, like if we get off on our ass, get better computers and actually learn how to do it.
Yeah, if I got a better computer, shit, I'll take over. It's just a matter of me being able to do it. I think I might be getting one soon. Well, my brother really, but if he gets because he's trying to do one of those things where you get to pay monthly for the computer. So if he does that, it'll be
Oh
a
shit,
reasonable
dude.
price for a decent computer. Then I could possibly get on that, and if it runs like editing software good enough, I could possibly start learning how to edit, because I got fucking programs. I got like Vegas Pro 15. I think I got Vegas Pro 16 now. I got like SoundForge for like editing sounds and music and all that. It's just a matter of me trying to learn it and get used to it and having a good computer for it. Once I get that down packed, I'll be able to do more.
Yeah, it's all
So
down to having the right equipment to do the job. Like, my computer is just a bucket of bolts. No matter how it looks good on the outside, it's just trash on the inside. It's so slow when I load into freaking games, going onto websites. Like, it's just slow in general. And this is an all-in-one computer, so it's so not meant to be like how I use it. It's
yeah,
just meant
no,
for basic office work, and I don't even do that.
yeah, I feel that. That's why I stopped my because I wanted to make a Twitch and YouTube like an actual thing on my part. That's why if you look on my YouTube channel, it's like only 2 videos for Battle Right. I stopped doing it because I didn't have much equipment on me. I only had whatever I was recording it with. I didn't really have any editing software. Probably do everything in. so it wasn't gonna work out. So once everything settled and I were to get a computer to work with everything, then I'll get back on top of it. Even if I can post Xbox gameplay and shit, that what I do on my Xbox for like Apex or something. But besides that, that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna be able to do much until I get a good computer and learn.
I may be able to get my custom build that I have set. I already have the money for it, but my parents want me to save it still. So I'm basically
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna be working over the summer just to get like over the amount and just use whatever I got and use whatever money I can actually spare on it.
Yeah.
And so basically maybe somewhere in the summer I'll actually be able to perform better than what I can do.
Yeah, I want to get a custom built computer too. It's just the fact that it's gonna cost money, and I don't got time to be saving up that much money with everything that's going on. Then after I'm done with all this shit, I want to start saving up for a car if I can. And then after the car, that's gonna be another payment installment that I gotta get used to monthly, and I don't have time to start focusing on saving up for a computer and stuff. So that's why I figured the monthly payment for a computer is a lot cheaper than doing it all in one shot. It may cost more in the long run, but at the moment it's affordable.
So about the Spice Gauntlet video, I'm gonna label it Seahawkish Shenanigans. I would upload it to the Common Nommon channel. If John can do something about the recordings, if I ever actually do it, where based off the cow chop video, they would basically be eating different levels of spicy like sauces. They also did like spicy ramens, but we're gonna do straight from sauces on like the chips that have like a bowl shape, and it's like taking like hot shots.
Oh God.
Yeah, and that's gonna be real heavy on us. Like if I can just like let me try to find the document because I set up a what's it called, a Google Docs of what it is that we're gonna get. Oh, found it. So it's going it's going by Scoville levels of how hot it is. It's going from 5,000 right away, 21,000, 90,000, 100,000, 135, 600,000, 600,000, 600,000, 1,000,000, and 6,000,000.
Jesus
And this is
Christ.
basically on who can last the most.
At that point, you're gonna have to fucking drop money on real expensive hot sauce if you want it to be that fucking hot, or make a like at home mixture with like habanero and ghost pepper. Do you want to be that hot? Because damn,
Yeah.
We're not gonna do this like without any without any safety measures. We are gonna have like milk, water, bread. But
Yeah.
like we're gonna have it in like rations. Like we need to see who can actually last the longest. This is
I
why
wouldn't
it's called a
suggest
spice gauntlet.
water. If you were gonna do spice shit, I wouldn't suggest water because all water really does is spread around everything and then spread the spiciness down to your throat more. If you do milk, it'll help a lot more because I got fats. Water is just it don't got anything, so it's just gonna spread around all the spiciness.
Yeah,
That's
that's
why
so
whenever
true.
I eat spicy, I don't fuck with water at all. I'd rather just milk, or if I have to, I'll do an ice cube. That's about it.
We could do ice cubes. That could be a thing. Alright. But like I said, like I already have a set of friends that are willing to do it. We're gonna do it in pairs of two, so like they have partners that could help them out. And we have like other people that want to be around to watch, and they could use the camera to record.
Yeah. For that because I've already tried that spicy Korean times two noodles. That should burn my face because I
Oh,
dropped it on my face. But yeah, no, I'd be down for that. I think the hottest thing I've
I've
ever
grown up
had.
eating a lot of spicy foods, like a lot of spicy ramen too. Like I love spicy foods, but I feel like my tolerance went down as I
I
haven't
hate
eaten some in a while.
spicy. it's only went up recently. I always hated spicy with a passion, but recently I've gotten into, I don't know if because of the fucking climate, which I highly unlikely, or what, but lately I've been eating ghost pepper flakes in my ramen. I've been eating those spicy noodles that I was just talking about. I've had some hot sauce called zombie snot that my brother bought recently, which is extremely fucking hot. The kitchen, if not, then somewhere else. But that's hot, and I don't like hot things at all. So I've only been adapting recently.
All right, moving on from that. There's been two things that happened during my time at school. I don't know if there's any more stories. I might remember them as I go back, like, thinking about it. But here's two things that happened. So there's this whole group that plays during lunch, plays Super Smash Bros. Ultimate on the Nintendo Switch. We always take turns. It's always a 1v1 on Omega, and everybody doing 1v1. It's the guy that owns it is Justin, and him and this guy Samba always go at it because just from what I've seen, Justin is the only good player around, other than like maybe two other people that I know.
Yes,
but
because
like,
I'm not.
When it comes to the whole group that played during lunch, it's Justin's like number one, and Samba's like always the go-to person to like play with him. Like especially one of my classes, they always play against each other, and I play against them. So I think Samba was going against someone else. It wasn't Justin this time around, but he just lost, and he was very, very salty. So anything that would happen would trigger him, like into getting into a
shit.
And let me add on something to note. There's this thing that goes around our school where it's called open necking, where someone just like slaps the back of your neck, but not real hard, just like enough to make the sound like.
Yeah, I've heard that.
This one dude, Samson, comes by over to Samba as he's on his phone while two other people are playing. I'm standing up. Everybody else is like playing as well, and then we all heard a loud, and it sounded real hard. Samba gets up and turns around over to Samson and shoves him, pushes him. Samson does the same thing to him. They start backing away, start pushing towards like the exit of the like where we sit, like because where we sit is like in the entrance of the pack where it's all windows, and there's like four sets of two sets of doors, one on one end and one on the other, like two doors of set, and they're by a potted plant. We're all looking because we heard how loud it was, and we just like stopped for a minute. Then again, I don't remember who was started first, but they started swinging hard at each other. They just went all out. I was one of the first few people to get over there. I grabbed Samson around the waist and tried to pull him away, while some others went to get Samba and held him. Then I was barely able to get Samson back because he was actually very strong and hard to pull out. Mm-hmm. So then a few others helped me get him away, and then we got them both away from each other. That both of their glasses fell off because they were swinging hard at each other.
Jesus Christ!
And while we were getting Samba away, somehow my leg got caught up that they grabbed when they got him. I don't know how. I don't know what happened. But yeah, after we got them away from each other, the vice principal was already in the area coming toward us. Then the two lunch aides, we always have two lunch aides in the vicinity, so they must have called her right away, because someone said in the lower area of where we eat that she came running over here. And then two cops come, and then the nurse came. Then after those people came in, we all look over, and like so many people from the school came over to see what happened.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, my dude. Samson left after I gave him his glasses. I mean, he went straight to the office, and then Samba also went before he left. He grabbed his stuff and went to the office as well. And let me also call out this one dude, Isaiah. He he said the most stupidest shit when this happened too. Like after they left, and the vice principal was still around. Isaiah said this out loud to all the people that were there from what happened, saying, "Everybody, get the fuck out!" And the vice principal turned around and told him to go to the office too, and to take off his hoodie because we don't allow that in our school.
Shit.
Yeah, and that's what happened that day. Oh my god, it was the most like brutal shit I've ever seen.
The most brutal shit I've ever seen was back when I was living in Virginia. I think I told Jeffrey this story, if anything. I was in Virginia and we were having an English class. So we're just trying to I think we were about to read or something before we took a test. And all of a sudden you hear fighting in the hallway and everybody's looking in. The teachers is like yelling at us like, everybody sit down. Nobody is listening to the teacher. We still go outside to see what's going on. And we see these two like black girls fighting, right? And they're like walking up the stairs while fighting, yanking on each other's hair, and we just see them walking towards the guidance counselor room while they're fighting. And you see everybody in the hallway looking. You see some people yelling, trying to like egg them on and shit to keep going. But I guess one of the guidance counselors like slammed the door to their office, and from there everybody was like, come on, we want to see the rest." So we went back into the classroom. The teacher got mad at us because we didn't listen. Like, why I tell you get into the classroom? You get into the classroom. I shouldn't have to raise my voice, and you guys shouldn't have to not listen to me. I'm your teacher. You're supposed to listen. And you got some smart asses in the classroom trying to be funny and shit. But after that, she simmered down. We went back to trying to work, and then you hear another fight happening. This time it was in my science teacher's classroom. He was teaching, and I guess another pair of girls wanted to fight, and he was trying to calm down the situation. The teacher's a nice guy. His name was Mr. Cook. Shout out to you if you ever hear this. I doubt it, but Mr. Cook, he was trying to cool them down to like stop fighting, and they were just going at it. And then he's a pretty big guy. He grabbed one of the girls to pull them away, and I guess the other one didn't like that. So the girl threw a stapler at his head.
What?
So now the teacher is injured because one of the girls threw a stapler at his head, and then one of the security guards, which was also up top, had to go in there and break it up and like hold down one of the girls. So now my teacher had to be hospitalized because he had a real bad injury. It wasn't even that big of a deal. He came back like a day later after, but he was injured. So that happened, and we're all like wondering what's going on. We go to watch outside the classroom. Again, we leave the classroom after she said, "Sit back down." The teacher was a joke. We didn't listen to her. I'm gonna be frank. She was not.
Damn, dude.
Was not properly trained. She was a new teacher. We didn't really like her that much. She tried to be cool with us. It wasn't working. So we went to
It
go see
wasn't
the
working.
Yo, straight up.
and they had to break up the fight. And when that happened, we were just like, oh, shocked. Like we're just in awe at the fact that we saw two fights in one day. And me and my ex Flora and my other friend, Alex, and we were just talking about it. Like, damn, what's all these fights going on? Just one day, you got like two fights happening. And we're just talking about having a third one going on. If there were to have a third one, then that'd just be a new record for all of us, how many fights we've seen in one day. And at that point, it was just our teacher kept yelling at us, you guys need to stop leaving the classroom whenever you hear a commotion going on. And you still got the other kids trying to talk back to her and stuff. Real disrespectful kids. So I'm just laughing at it, obviously. So they're just giving her a hard time. We're still trying to talk about the fight and everything. And I think at that point it was the end of the period. So we went to the science classroom, me and Flora and apparently the teacher wasn't there anymore. That's when we found out that he had to get taken out. And yeah, that was pretty much the story of the 2 fights in one day at Virginia. That was an interesting year for me to go through.
All right, dude. Let me also bring up. This is a quick one though. This happened actually a few days ago, where there's this freshman named Gabby. Me and her always have this type of. Whoever hits the person last wins for the day, and she hits so fucking hard with no restraint, and I'm the one holding back. Like, holy. There's no reason to hit hard. It's not like I'm actually gonna fucking like fight you. Like it hurts every day. Like she literally punched me in the morning as soon as she saw me when I was just getting milk. I was like, why? Her boyfriend like came over like, yeah, yeah, that happened. Like he knows what we do. But this one day during lunch, I heard it from my group of friends. She said that she used to sit at their table with a group of friends of mine. There's this guy named Chris, and she threw like a little paper at him, and he started throwing it back at her. And then she threw it back at him again, and it started becoming the same thing that me and her do, where we punch each other, and we wouldn't stop until we get the last hit. And when she threw it back at Chris again after a while, he said, "Yo, can you stop being a bitch?" And she got up, went around the table. The tables are round, by the way. She goes around over to Chris and starts whamming down on him. Like, he knocked his glasses off. He didn't do anything, though. He just sat there taking it. And then he stopped her for a minute, like, wait, are you serious? And then she kept on going. Then after a while, she finally stopped, got her stuff, and left. And my friends from the table across from them saw the whole thing happen. Like, damn.
So wait, let me get this straight. She got an attitude because he said stop being a bitch, and that's what triggered her and made her do that.
Yeah, basically. And the thing is, he can't do anything because he's already had trouble with the school. Like, if he gets into like a fight or something, he could get it. He said he could, the next time he could get expelled.
God damn.
So he seriously can't do anything. He didn't want to do anything. So when I heard this, I went up to her asking like, why'd you keep throwing the ball, or why'd you hit him like that? Why you gotta do that? And she said, "Ain't no one's bitch."
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly quoted. I'm not joking.
Ain't no one's
I was
bitch.
like, and then like her boyfriend Harry didn't even know about this until I told him. Like, what?
You're fucking crazy.
Yeah, my dude.
I will not fuck around with that.
She doesn't even go to that table anymore after that. I don't even know where she goes. And this is a freshman coming out senior.
Damn. Okay.
Exactly.
Y'all have some crazy ass school fights. I haven't had any in a long ass time.
Like,
shit.
I hear about the school fights in my school, like, if I don't like actually see it, I don't get to see.
Yeah, same actually. I heard some, but I don't remember none of the details. I usually the only ones I remember were the ones I seen, and mine's mostly came from when I used to be in high school in New Jersey and middle school, which was always the funniest place to watch people get into a fight with.
Yeah, you remember when me and Jossian had like a little incident
Oh yeah,
that one time
that was funny.
when I was trying to, no offense to any Muslims watching this, frankly I couldn't care, but
Oh,
I was joking around. It was harmless. I didn't mean it in any racial way, shape, or form. I wore my sweater like a turban, and I was just joking around. I forgot with who exactly, and I was joking around. And the next thing you know, my classmate Jossie, and he just, I think he yells terrorist or something like that. He said something, and then he goes to try and tackle me, and then something happened, and I don't know what exactly happened from there. I think I ended up like throwing him to the floor or some shit when he tried coming at me again. And supposedly, I forgot who was the teacher, but he snitched on us and made us stop and told Mr. Lupo, and he was like, "Yeah, you got these two yelling like wrestlers in the hallway." I don't remember myself yelling. I know for a fact I don't remember myself yelling because I'm not a loud person unless I'm being stupid and loud. But I was not being stupid. I was just being stupid.
It was probably
There's a
Jossian
difference.
though. It was probably him. He yells a
Yeah,
lot.
yeah, it had to be Jossian. So we get in trouble. I go to I guess because Mr. Lupo told us that we had detention, so I went up to detention like I was supposed to. Jocelyn didn't come. He's like, "Where's Jocelyn?" I'm like, "I think he left. He didn't even come." He's like, "All right, come to the classroom." So me and Mr. Lupo are talking. He's like, "What the hell happened to you guys? I know you. You're not like that. What the hell happened?" And I just told him my side, like, yeah, no, I was just joking around, and he comes tackle me and shit, and then from there, whoever the teacher's name just called us and broke us up and shit. Like, yeah, I don't see you doing that. Like, I know the kind of person you are. You're not like that. And then we start talking about more. And you're like, well, I appreciate you coming up when I tell you to come up, like somebody. And then he was like, well, I'm gonna let you go early since I'm gonna believe you because you didn't do anything wrong. So you can go home if you want to. I'm like, all right, thanks. And yeah, that's what happened. I forgot what happened the next day. I think he had talked to him about the situation, but yeah, that was pretty much my story. That was the last stupid incident I was in. The other fight I was in Virginia, it was just some guy trying to be smart with me, and then we got into a fight. That was it.
Yeah, the thing is, my school, like, no one in our school would have the balls to do anything like they do in other schools, like all those fights that you see on the videos and all that. First, like, I don't want to be rude, but like those are mostly in like ghetto or hooded schools. I'm not like I don't want to be rude, but somewhat
Yeah,
true.
it's true. Believe me, I've been to a fucking ghetto school in Virginia. It's fucking true.
But no one would have the actual balls to keep doing that in our school, like as a daily thing. Like we would know someone, like we're not like those type of people that we would know someone's gonna start swinging at one another. Like
Yeah.
that's the type of school like that we have. Like no one would know how serious someone would be until that happened.
Yeah, no, I've never had that luxury. At every school I've been to, besides Secaucus, when I was there for only 5 months, it was just either ghetto or just a lot of stupid people, and there was always fights, there was always drama, issues, problems.
The only thing that you get from Secaucus High School is freaking drama. That's literally the only thing you'll get. Social
I know.
drama, so a lot of social drama and a lot of like fake drama.
Yeah, I hate that shit. That's why I'm just like, while I'm in school, I don't like associating with a lot of people, and when I do, it's only people that I know and I'm close to. Like in Emerson, it was always me, Jeffrey, Ariel, and Leo. It was never really anybody else besides some other classmates I would talk to. But that's it. I keep my circle close. I don't try to get into any bullshit because it's unnecessary. You go in there just to get graded, talk to friends, go home. That's it. You don't need to fucking start fights with people
That's true. So true.
All
unless you're
right.
that bored with yourself and you want to start like sort of quote unquote excitement for yourself. Then yeah, start a fight, I guess. But besides that, you're only hurting yourself. That's it.
No, yo, now that you say that, that's so fucking true. I was when I moved here to Florida, uh, my life got a little bit harsh. I'm not gonna say it was fun. Broken legs, broken arms. Missed a lot of school, and grades were about as good as dog poop. So I was just like, how am I gonna make this thing up? Well, you have two choices. You can fight everybody in school, and hopefully they think that you're cool and you get a pass, or you just stick to the books, bro. I did all my work, like from the first part to the last part. Reviewed all my textbook, bro. It was painful.
Hmm. But like, it's just how it is.
school for a while. Let's be
I'm on my
honest.
last year, man. Like, let me just give this one call. This topic will be called out. I think you know who will be. Uh,
Hello. Yeah, my thing dropped. My bad.
I'm gonna be calling out someone, Eli, and I think you know who it's gonna be in this podcast.
Oh, okay. Why?
Hold up, is Jeffrey still here?
You're sorry.
Yeah.
Internet issues.
All
Go
right.
on.
All right. I'm going to be calling out one of our very own podcasters, one of the main podcasters, and that would be Sushi Senpai or Hui.
What'd she do?
No, I'm just saying in general, like, holy fuck, you know how much she fucking bickers to an extent. You know what I'm referring to. Literally 2 days ago, for no reason. You
Yeah.
saw
Yeah.
how she tried to keep coming at me in this debate, even though I was already done with it, and I just wanted to play Brawlhalla. All I said was, and this is a true statement, there was nothing to argue about it. I just said people debate because they want to prove that their side is the right thing, and then she started like one person thinks they're right, and the other thinks and the other thinks they're right on their point. Isn't that what I
Yeah.
said? And then Hui brings up the most absurd example. Do you remember what it was?
No, not really. I was
So let
zoning
me let
out.
me just remind you. She said, "So you think it's right to kill someone?" And I'm like, "No."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she said that, and I was like, "That's not the point I was making. I was saying people just think they're right in in their debate." But she kept on bringing such absurd examples. I was like,
That's why. That's why I was telling you both to just shut up because it wasn't making any sense at that point. There was no reason to argue. I was just saying to drop it. There was no reason to keep going.
I was crying of laughter of how stupid this was getting, and I was begging you to do something. You heard me begging you to stop to make
Yeah.
it stop. It was so bad.
Bro, this tea,
No,
bro.
oh my god! Like this first started with me talking about throwing paper, but she was still talking about that, even though I was talking about something completely fucking different. Where I was saying, you always annoy me in journalism, and this was before I started throwing paper at her in my graphic class while she has her ceramics. And she's like, "Well, it's all because you threw that paper." I'm like, "No, you always do this to me in journalism. You always annoy the fuck out of me, even though I'm not doing anything. All I do in journalism is like I do my work in journalism, but she comes at me when I'm just on a different website or something that isn't relating to what my teacher said to do, even though she isn't doing it either. Sometimes I'm quoting myself sometimes because she does do something. She is doing something that we're supposed to do, but sometimes she isn't and tries to like defend herself, saying, "What are you talking about? There's nothing there."
Yeah.
Like we're like a bickering old couple that people wonder how did you get together if you argue this much. And my
Yeah.
teacher absolutely loves the bickering between me and her in his class, in his journalism class. And he said it like before that like when she wasn't in one day, he was like, "Oh, like where's the noise at? Like why shouldn't?"
No, she's great. So
Yeah, I know.
careful what you
That's
say.
why I said this podcast call out podcast.
Damn.
This podcast is basically calling people because I already did. I've
At this
already
point, don't worry about it. I still love you, but yeah, you need to stop the bickering.
Big bickering. Yo,
It's not my fault when I'm just saying something that's true.
wow. I listened to this first time, guys, and this is some very good tea. very, very good tea.
Yeah, Jeffrey, if you were there, you would see how you would have heard stupid the whole bickering was when we were just playing Brawlhalla. Like, oh my god, Eli knows because she kept on trying to like get me to say something.
You both of you were trying to get me to fucking be like, "Am I right, Eli? Am I right?" I was just like,
No. I'm talking about when she kept on like telling me to like kept on saying shit to like get me started. When me and you were just playing. You heard her like trying to get me to like say something.
"Yeah, no, I remember. I was trying to play."
I just wanted to play. Until she kept bringing such stupid things into the topic. Oh my god. That was so bad. Oh.
Yeah. Well, what can you do?
But that doesn't mean she's not out of the podcast team, though, because she likes doing the podcast. I believe.
Yeah, no, obviously, she's the one who fucking started it. She better be starting a podcast.
She is the. She
Ain't be starting a
is
podcast, deciding once to leave, like within third or fourth episode. He's like, "Nah, you staying in this."
She's the one that wanted to bring the guest for this one, Brian. But we will have a guest someday, just not June for now. I could bring someone to replace Brian later on for the next podcast, but I would have to see first.
Yeah.
I want to bring Leo in, but he never fucking replied to me when I asked him if he wanted to join.
I know one person that would come into the podcast. I'm gonna have to ask him later.
Yeah, and my boy Danny's got a job, so I'm gonna have to get him on a very strict schedule.
It's always about getting the good schedule to get everybody. Brian's only day that he's able to do it is Thursday, but there's something always came up because last time it was a family matter, and he also and the thing is he wants to work out, so he went to the gym another Thursday before.
I know my bud. I could get him after like 5 or 6 almost every day, but usually he's tired, and Sundays is free day, so we'll see what happens. But I know he'd be interested in talking to this podcast because he like Quint here likes to give a lot of tea, so we can use some tea.
In case you do want to, you guys can just do a podcast without me because Jeffrey, you're the main recorder, to be honest. Because my recordings are somewhat shit because there's always like a bit of cutting out. I also made an image with you saw the images on the drive, right?
Yeah, I saw them.
Of like the regular, I've already replaced my image in there.
Yeah,
but I also made one where there's a cross like with me out in case like I'm not on.
That sounds like a plan. Although I'll be honest with you,
like you could just you guys can do whenever. If I'm not available.
I don't care whether we do a podcast on that specific day or not. If one person ain't around, I'm fine with it. If 2 people ain't around, and frankly, I don't care. I try to be available whenever you guys want to do it, but I'm only available through Fridays and Sundays. I don't want to be doing it on my days when I work for fucking 10 hours and I come home exhausted.
Makes sense. But it's a team effort, and don't worry about it, Quint. We're highly down gonna do it without you because considerably of all people, and you and Eli are probably one of the ones I prefer to hear often. Sushi, please try to be often with us here, but since she does tend to get a little lazy, no tea there, meant, but tea's everywhere. But
Jeffrey throwing shade.
We're gonna get fucking after this podcast. Like if it comes out, she's gonna give us so much fucking sass.
She's gonna
she actually watches this whole thing.
Guys, on the next podcast, we're gonna update you on how much sass she threw at us.
She'll even tell us how much she says. She'll even tell the viewers how much she sasses us in the next podcast.
Yes.
If she ever finds out.
If she finds out about this, we're next up. It's gonna be an update to see a reaction update on how angry she's gonna be at us.
Yeah, possibly.
I'm just stating this now. I'm innocent. I have not brung up her. I've only been saying, I was there.
Nah.
Oh, yeah.
You
can't say that because you did agree with me, like how stupid that whole thing was.
And also,
what do you want me? What do you want me to say? Oh no, she's right. It was fucking stupid. What do you want me to do?
I just want you to know that this is stupid as well.
Boy, get your ass in here. We're all going down in this boat together.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So with that, we're gonna be done with this podcast for now. We are gonna keep doing these podcasts. We're not having a hiatus or anything. It's just our schedule is just god awfully terrible
Oh yes.
that we can barely do these.
I'm making plans, and usually when we do, I usually get like a day in advance warning or on the same day warning. It's just like, okay, maybe.
I told you yesterday, and you were also giving it advance like Thursday,
Well,
like before
Yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah,
guarantee.
but
At
that was
least,
my work day, so I was like a half and half. I wanted to do it or not, and I just said fuck it.
Yeah, but like, yeah. Let me just say before we start ending the podcast that I want to shout out to TatsuoNamake. I'm gonna put his Twitch in the description. He's the one that made my new image. He's a friend of mine.
yes, please give him so many love. That his new commission looks bomb.
Yeah, compared to the last one, I don't want to be mean to the person that made my last one because he was a good friend of mine.
No, it was.
Now I'm
great.
gonna start. Yeah, I know. I liked it. That's why I always used it. But let me just say, like, the reason I don't even talk to him anymore because of a stupid thing that happened. Like, let me add on this last story before this ends. There's another calling out story.
More team.
Oh,
So
boy.
the person that made my last commission that you saw in the old podcast was my friend Kazi. He was part of a gaming community. If you guys remember from my old stories, it was Prestige Gaming (PG).
Uh-huh.
I hadn't seen him for a while, and like I actually used to hang out in his Discord mostly, like last year. And his Discord is actually the reason how I'm with my current girlfriend.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's some good tea.
Yeah. So and then
That ain't even peek at.
no, like this was after like the golden age of PG was over. Like, so we always hung out in his Discord. But this one time when me and my girlfriend are playing Truth or Dare, I dared her to tell Kazi that she dumped me. Remember this, she dumped me, to tell him that. So she does it. He starts off like talking shit about me so hard. Like, it was unbelievable. Like, I read it too because she was screen sharing. And she was the one that dumped me, not me, her. And I was like, holy fuck. So when I told her to reveal that it was only a dare, he removed me from the Discord and removed me as a friend. And from that point on, we just haven't spoken to each other. The thing is, I'm not mad with him because I know I might have taken it a tad too bit far. And I was like, I'll get her, I can get her to talk to him anytime, but I'm like giving him time to calm down. And this was like a year ago.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, like he made this commission for me, and I that's why I always wore it because I liked it. Like, he was a good friend of mine, and I did something stupid. Like, I didn't get to apologize. He didn't even let me.
Damn.
But yeah.
Well, you see, guys, friends can sometimes be forever, but when you do something stupid, watch out, and you'll see who your true friends are, guys. Watch out.
Oh my god.
Well, anyways, at least your new commission looks pretty nice, though. So
Yeah.
don't forget
Actually,
to get it.
I might hit him up actually if he doesn't start mine anytime soon. I told her no rush.
Dude, he has like a lot of commissions booked again. Like, he had to do mine last. Like, I told him I'm able to wait because he's a close friend of mine. I've known him longer than Kazi.
Well,
because
by the ways yours look, though, I would so throw in a commission his way, even if it took a year, bro. Yours look slit, right, Eli?
Yeah, shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, leave.
He does a lot of good work.
Yeah, so give him a lot of love in his Twitch, bro. Follow, like, whatever.
Yeah, watch his streams whenever he goes online. Like, he's a very good very good artist. Like, as you can see from my image.
Yeah.
I gave him a lot of reference to go by it.
Yeah, that's good.
I still have to pay him though.
Oh.
Like, the thing, like, not from this is in our private conversations on Discord. Hui says like he would pay a lot more than what I said. Like, he told me I can $20, and I said, oh yeah, I'll pay for it. Like, I'm gonna donate to his Twitch, like whenever I get the chance or spare money. Like he said, I can pay anytime. Close, we're good friends. He's part of the group of Bayonne friends that I know. Like I'm in their Discord and everything.
Well,
Yeah.
it's not usually common, but you gotta do that sleazy stuff here too. Give us the hookers, bro. Let them know that we looking for commissions too. I mean, I'll pay as much because or more because it looks really cool though. But I'm not trying to get broke here either.
Yeah.
So hook us up here.
I'll see if I can get him to do it.
I mean, it's
If
nothing
he can,
serious,
like,
but
if I can add on to the pile. I was gonna ask him for another commission too, like a different one as well. But I might have to like find a way on how I want it.
yeah, hold your horses on it. But yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't mean to rush today. I gotta be the one out early, so
Okay, all right. We just do like one last shout out to TatsuoNamake. We're gonna put his Twitch into the description of this podcast. Just hit him up on that. Watch his streams, follow him, subscribe to him, do whatever. Give him some support. He made me a good commission. I really like it. I'm using it from now on for almost everything now. I'm sorry for Kazi's commission. I would still use it sometimes, maybe for like little things. But yeah, I really like this image how it came out.
Yeah, shit.
well, with that said, I think it's time for us to call it a night.
Or
All right.
so 6:41 for me.
All right, we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys in the next podcast. And good night.
All right, peace.